Hi, my name is Richard. I'm a tutor at Kensington and Chelsea College, and today I'm going to give you some plumbing tips. Occasionally you need to remove a joint that's already been soldered. We call that process desoldering. Sometimes it will be that you need to get into the pipework, or it may be that you need to take a straight coupling out to put a T-piece in. The process is very straightforward because we use heat to melt the solder. Once the solder's molten, it releases its grip. So consequently, where we've used heat to make the joint in the first place, we can use the heat to take the joint apart. Slightly different from when you're soldering, in that with this you tend to set the torch up so that the torch is held and you can use both hands. What we're going to do is turn the torch on, play the heat onto the joint, and we're going to use a certain amount of sideways pressure on the tube. I'm going to be flexing it so that I can tell when the solder is molten. I need to be aware of the fact that the solder melts at 400 degrees. The torch is putting out 1000 degrees. It's very easy if I leave the torch in too long to go past the point where the solder is molten and start actually changing the temper of the metal, starting to make it soft copper. So I'll put it into the heat and then take it out all the time I have some movement, and then maybe put it back if I need to. So let's light the torch, take it in, and I'm going to choose the hottest part of the flame, which is that light blue, where that light blue cone ends. The light blue cone is unburnt gas. So I'll bring the joint in, give it a few minutes. I can see that rainbow effect where it's started to change colour. I'm going to take it out of the heat, I don't want it to get any hotter, and just by flexing the pipe, as the solder is now molten, you can see that the joint can come apart. I'll need to give that a little bit of a tidy up just to get that out. But you can see that we have a layer of solder right the way around the pipe. That's because although we started off with copper and we added tin and zinc, what has actually happened is that there has been a chemical reaction. We tend to think in terms of soldering and these sort of processes as if they would glue, as if we were sticking things. In actual fact, we are changing chemical properties, and these are all chemical reactions. The flame is a chemical reaction, and the soldering process is a chemical reaction as well. So this is called tinning. It's where the tin has reacted with the copper and has actually formed a new alloy. I can remove this because solder is quite a soft metal. I can file that off. But if I'm going to be applying a new fit in, then it's just as easy to put a new layer of flux on, put the new fitting on, and solder as if I was acting from scratch. So desoldering is a process that we use a lot. It gives us the opportunity to take joints apart that were previously there, and it doesn't matter whether that's a fresh joint or whether or not it's been there for 200 years. It will still be the same process. You melt the solder, the joint can come apart. So a very useful technique for altering pipework or for taking sections out or repairing them. And that's how we desolder pipework.